how would someone fail at lifelong learning? And we're joined today in this interview by a fly.
Yes, I know. I'm sorry.
No, we're both
Yeah.
there. Fail for you. Ashton and I are both ADHD.
Yes,
You
and
might,
it's like killing me because I'm like, oh, I am so here.
he like landed on my hand there.
Yeah. Anyway, okay. So the way that people can fail at lifelong learning is to have a closed mindset.
Closed mindset.
Yeah.
So that's like, I've heard this stated as like a fixed mindset,
Fixed mindset, closed
concrete. Yeah.
mindset, concrete. Yeah, like I mean, there's many ways, and it's kind of unfortunate how catchy it is right now. It's like open mindset and closed mindset, and like it's very jazzercise of buzzwords.
Well, this,
But it is very important, and the point that anybody is making is that you should never have the idea that like, "Oh, I'm done. I mastered it. I've been doing this for years." And I mean, I was in powerlifting in high school. I did cross country and track in high school. Directly after high school, I went into marathoning, but I haven't mastered anything. And I'm learning just as much as all of my clients. It's just that I'm learning at a different perspective
yeah,
or different level or chapter in my life.
stage of mastery,
Yes.
maybe.
But it's all like if you're trying to master a skill, you will be forever practicing it.
Yeah.
Same with other issues in your life. Like if you have boundary issues, then you have to forever practice it. Don't assume that you work on this and it's great right now, that it's going to be great forever. There's going to be something that will be like a little baby bump, or maybe it's a massive hill or a mountain that comes into your life, and then you're going to lose it.
Yeah.
But you can't just let it go. You've got to be aware of it and then move on and then continue to keep practicing, or you're never going to continue to keep learning and growing.
In some professions, it's very clear what it is. Like you have a legal practice.
Yeah.
You have like a chiropractic practice.
Yeah.
And it alludes to we're forever learning.
Yes.
My buddy, one of my best friends is a doctor, and he said one of the things he does the most is reading the latest things that are happening, the
Yes.
latest information about a topic. So he's constantly improving, constantly learning, constantly kind of updating his ideas around things.
Yeah, and that's the thing is like I have a lot of certs because of that.
Yeah.
Like I have certs in things that I don't necessarily fully believe in, but it solidifies me in why I have my beliefs. And I have an occupational therapy degree, but I will never be in the medical industry. That's not my goal. That wasn't my dream, but that is all transferable to my coaching.
Mm-hmm.
And so I utilize all of that and the psychological backing of everything of it in my coaching. And that's what makes my coaching different. And I want to help people to have that different perspective because I think that for me personally, that's when I really started to notice a shift in everything in my life.
What is occupational therapy? I took my kids to it when they
Mhm.
were young,
Yeah.
but I don't know that I ever really
So it
understood
is
it.
like the most wildest thing. I don't know why it's something different. Let's just say that. Like occupational therapy, they work on your everyday skills. Like someone that was in a bombing and lost their arm. They are there to teach them how to do the skill that they used to have, like brushing their teeth, but in a new way. And so it's a very like innovative tool to use. Like their skills are to work on helping people do the things that they used to do or normally do, their occupations. Like
Mm-hmm.
you're you're just like brushing your hair, washing your face,
Mm-hmm.
all of those things, getting dressed. If you don't have that arm anymore, you need to find a new way of doing it. And so that's what an occupational therapist is there to do. It's not just PT, like physical therapy, which they can do that too. Like they can look at, okay, we have a torn ACL. These are the exercises we need to do
Right.
after surgery in order to strengthen said knee. And so it's kind of really broad. And I think that that's where occupational therapists or the whole industry kind of struggles is because it's so broad and they're not focusing on the psychological backing that they're giving or providing, and that they're creating these new ways or innovative ways to handle day to day life. And I think that in the medical industry, it would do a lot better if all of that was being stated more often.
More clearly?
Yes, because I feel like, yeah, I mean, because it's vast. Like speech therapy is part of OT.
Oh.
Yeah. And then like working on textile or dexterity, that's all OT. Learning how to, write or manipulate things after a stroke. Um, sh- so it's just like such a huge, wide range of potential assistance and aid to a very, very wide population. It's not just old people, it's not just young people, it's everywhere in between.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's why I liked it and I didn't go with PT, because a lot of people ask me, like, why didn't you do physical therapy? But I feel like, and I'm not knocking on PT because I think it's very important.
Mhm.
And a lot of the things that I do, even with our warm ups and stuff,
Mhm.
is PT
Right.
or PT related. And but I think having the, ability to zoom in and zoom out is very important, and sometimes I think certain professions get very narrowed in, and they're just like, "Elbow has boo-boo, fix elbow boo-boo," instead of, "Why does elbow have boo-boo, and
Yeah.
what is causing this issue with the elbow? Was it an event, or is this, like, a chronic issue that keeps recurring?"
Like a movement, like a what is it, like persistent movement? You do the same
Yeah.
movement a bunch
Yeah,
and that
and you might not feel injured right off the bat, but if you keep opening and shutting a bobby pin, it
repetitive
will
motion.
eventually break.
Right.
Yeah,
Repetitive. Yeah. That makes sense.
and if it's repetition in poor form, which is why I'm so detail oriented, that's what's gonna make the bobby pin break.
It might not be the first time, it might not be the 50th time,
Yeah,
but over time,
yeah,
you're working these areas in
yeah.
ways that will make them vulnerable to stress
Yes,
or
yeah.
failure.
Yeah, because if you're not looking at where the weaknesses and imbalances are coming from and then, like, targeting them, then you're only allowing everything that's compensating to get stronger.
Yeah. So to fail at lifelong learning, you have a closed mindset, some static view of the world. You're not updating.
Yeah.
You're like, the
You
world is,
perceive that you've mastered it all, whatever that mastery would be.
yeah,
Yeah. There's nothing left. I'm
I'm done.
done.
I'm finished.
Yeah.
I'm
Which,
baked.
wow, that would be great. Right?
Yeah.
What does that feel like? I wish I had that kind of confidence.
Yeah.